If you've been following Justin Bieber lately, you might have felt it, that eerie feeling that something's not quite right. The energy's off. It's in the headlines, in his canceled performances, in those distant, sometimes cryptic public sightings where the global superstar looks less like a pop icon and more like someone silently crying out for help. And if you're thinking, wait, is something seriously going on with Justin? You're not alone. Fans are talking, the media is speculating, and behind the scenes, whispers from close sources are painting a picture far more complex than anyone imagined. So, what's really happening with Justin Bieber? Why the sudden disappearances, the vague updates, and the barely there presence on stages he once owned with electric confidence? Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. Let's unravel the story, the clues, the behavior, the people in his inner circle, and what it might all mean for the future of one of pop's most recognizable voices. A career that once burned so bright. Once upon a time, and not that long ago, Justin Bieber was everywhere. From playing sold-out stadiums to ruling the charts, he wasn't just a musician, he was a phenomenon. And yet, over the last year, the fire seems to have dimmed. Slowly, quietly, disturbingly. Remember the Justice tour? It was supposed to be his triumphant comeback, a celebration of music, healing, and growth. But instead, it became one of the first major red flags. Dates were postponed, then quietly canceled. Vague explanations citing health concerns followed. Fans hoped it was just temporary. But then, silence. Could it be burnout? Something deeper? Or was this the calm before a much bigger storm? You might recall the announcement. Justin was pulling out of his world tour due to his ongoing battle with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, a neurological disorder that left part of his face paralyzed. The images were hard to watch. But even more telling? The way it was handled. There was no big press conference. No in-depth interview. Just a post. A short video. And then, nothing. Instead of bouncing back, Justin went radio silent. Sightings became rare. Interviews were non-existent. The once constant stream of Instagram updates slowed to a trickle. And when he did appear in public, he looked, well, tired. Not the jet-lagged superstar kind of tired, but the soul-weary, emotionally exhausted kind. Was the pressure finally catching up to him? Or was this something even darker than fame fatigue? Justin's relationship with Hailey Bieber has always drawn attention, sometimes supportive, often scrutinizing. Married young, both under the glare of relentless media coverage, the couple has faced everything from pregnancy rumors to divorce speculation. Lately, however, the spotlight has intensified. Fans have dissected every glance, every Instagram caption, every photo where Justin seems to be trailing behind with slouched shoulders and a blank expression. There's even been a wave of viral TikToks analyzing his body language in public, and it doesn't take a PhD in psychology to see something feels off. Hailey's recent cryptic posts, quotes about healing, patience, emotional distance, have only added fuel to the fire. And when Justin shows up with glazed eyes or visibly emotional expressions at public events, fans can't help but wonder. Is Justin's relationship part of the problem? Or is it his only safe space in a world spinning out of control? For an artist like Justin, music has always been his therapy. So when the studio goes silent, fans start to worry. His last full-length album came out in 2021. Since then, we've had a handful of features, a few singles, but no real momentum. No talk of a new era. Industry insiders whisper that Justin isn't currently working on new music, that he's taking a break, that he's disconnected from his label. Even his longtime collaborators seem to be shifting their focus elsewhere. Could it be creative block? Or worse, has the spark that once fueled his passion simply burned out? And what does it say about his mental space if the one thing that's always been his anchor, music, isn't even providing relief anymore? The eyes say what words won't. Sometimes, pictures say what press releases won't. And lately, Justin's public appearances tell a story of a man unraveling. At a recent fashion show, he was seen sitting alone, wearing a blanket over his head, eyes hollow, expression lost. At another event, fans noted how his smile seemed forced and how he barely interacted with anyone, including Hailey. These aren't just awkward moments. They're becoming patterns. The spark in his eyes? Fading. The swagger in his step? Gone. The joy? replaced by an eerie emptiness. Could this be depression? Is he silently battling demons he doesn't feel safe to name out loud? Clues from close sources, what the inner circle is saying. While publicists keep things vague, some close sources have started speaking, anonymously, of course. According to insiders, Justin has been withdrawing more than usual, struggling to find purpose, and leaning heavily on faith and therapy. Others say he's been seriously considering a long-term hiatus, not just from music, but from everything. Some even believe Justin is contemplating early retirement, a total step back from public life. And while that might sound shocking, maybe it's what he needs. Or maybe it's a cry for help masked as a career decision. Is Justin preparing to walk away from it all? Or is he just trying to find himself again before the industry swallows him whole? Mental health and the price of fame. It's easy to forget. Justin Bieber has been famous since he was 13. He grew up with the world watching, judging, dissecting every move. Mistakes? He made them publicly. Heartbreaks? Broadcast globally. The pressure to be on all the time, to deliver, to perform, to please is enough to crush anyone. And for someone like Justin, who's openly battled anxiety, depression, and PTSD, it's not just a career hazard. It's a health crisis. We cheer when celebrities are vulnerable, but are we really listening? Or are we just turning their trauma into more content? Could Justin's breakdown be the ultimate wake-up call not just for him, but for all of us watching? Where do we go from here? So what happens next? Does Justin Bieber make a quiet comeback, healed and recharged? Does he take a permanent break and find peace away from the spotlight? Or does this spiral deeper, darker, until the industry decides it's time to care? No one can say for sure. But one thing is clear. Something's changing. The boy who once sang "Never Say Never" might finally be saying enough. There's a bigger message here, one that goes beyond the celebrity headlines. Justin Bieber is a real person. A husband. A son. A friend. A human being battling demons that money, fame, and followers can't fix. His silence, his struggles, his step back, they're all reminders that no one is immune to burnout. No one is too successful to feel lost. And no one, not even the most worshipped pop star, owes the world their well-being. Maybe Justin's story is our cue to look at ourselves, to slow down, to check in, to stop performing and start healing. And a question for you. Justin Bieber's journey is still unfolding. But here's the real question. What would you do if the world demanded everything from you and you had nothing left to give? Take a moment. Reflect. Share this article if it hit home. And more than anything, let's keep the conversation going. Because Justin's not the only one reaching a breaking point. Sometimes, it takes watching someone else fall apart to realize how close we are to the edge ourselves.